It's September the 10th, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A wacky Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday, Wendiferous Wednesday. It's Wednesday, baby. Hope everyone's doing well. It's sunny here in Toronto. The weather looks beautiful, and so does my co-host. Jeremy is back. How you doing, pal?
Wendiferous?
I don't know. Is it a word? Let's look it up while you just tell people how you're doing.
I don't feel like wendiferous is a word. I feel like wendiferous, like, like Wenza, but can we do that?
If pronounced wondiferous, it is not a word, but it's one that is at least picked up by Urban Dictionary. You can thank your favorite show for that.
This is my favorite show.
Oh, right.
No, South Park?
Yeah, Eddie Kingston's favorite show.
As it should be. Honestly.
That's right. Yes.
Wendiferous?
Really wondiferous. But do I cheat? I do not cheat at Scrabble. Go to hell, chat. I do lots of things nicely.
I think Joel cheated at Scrabble. That sounds about right.
I would be the person who has a dictionary next to him to make sure other people aren't cheating.
That's worse. I'd rather you just cheat than be the person with the dictionary next to you. And it's way worse to just let me pull out the dictionary here and see if you and see if that's a real word. That's loser behavior right there.
Is it loser or is it winner? Because I want to ensure that I do it right and people are
loser.
Also. I want people to be also on the level. Maybe I'm doing it to benefit those around me, to ensure
loser.
that is it loser behavior?
Yes, loser behavior to do that.
Stop it. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Real loser behavior is not leaving a thumbs up on the video. All right? That's real loser behavior. Real loser behavior is not getting those where are they? Come on, fireworks. They never come when you need them to.
I wonder if there we go.
There they are.
I say maybe this new mic setup. I have the mic in front of me now, everybody, so people can hear me better. That's what everybody wants, right? To hear more of me.
They'll hear you better, and then you know what they'll say? Get it away. Please stop. Never again. Have them move it back.
Yeah.
It's okay. If it gets to a point where they can hear you breathing heavily into the mic, that's a problem.
What's the kid from Hey Arnold? They go, and then Arnold has to punch him, or somebody punches him.
I was thinking about the kid from Malcolm in the Middle, Stevie.
Oh yeah. He's got his inhaler with him. Now I think of the Hey Arnold kid when I think of people like breathing very heavy.
Gray saying Joel rats out people jaywalking. No, although now that I have a kid, my kid is the person who's just like, hey, they're not being safe. And I'm like, yes, but also stop being a snitch.
Yeah, your kid's going to be snitching on people all the time. My wife is very by the book. She won't snitch on people. I mean, maybe she will. I don't think she will because then it just brings unwanted attention to her and she doesn't want unwanted attention. But she's just, like very safe. And when we went to Dynamite, still the biggest ratings draw in Dynamite history, American. When we went to Dynamite, I was just like, let's just cross right here. And she's like, no, there's no stop sign there. There's nowhere to cross. I'm like, there's nobody coming. We can run across right here. And she's like, no. Like with my luck, the cops will be right there and they'll pull us over and they'll be like, why are you guys jaywalking? Let's just... Like the crosswalk was like, I don't know, another 20 feet or something. It's not like it was way out of the way, but I'm also like, we can save 20 feet. It just crossed right here. She just wouldn't do it. I was like, come on. What are we doing? Why can't we just cross here?
My wife does the same thing. If we're out for a walk, all three of us, and if the crosswalk, if it's flashing, she's like, no, we can't go. We got the stroller. And I'm like, what do you mean? That means we can run. That means we can make it in time. If he's walking with us, if the kid's walking with us, then yeah, absolutely don't do it. But in this case, like, no, we can go. But no, everyone wants to be safe. I get it. My father-in-law, this was enraging. This past weekend, we were visiting my father-in-law's mom, who thank God still around, and they're Italian, so they do the sauce. They make the tomato sauce. That's delicious. Love it. But my kid, he's not old enough to want to try it yet, or like try it to help out. So it's mostly like my wife helping out, and then her family's doing stuff. So like I'm taking care of the kid. Like I'm running after him. We'll go play in the yard and all that. And it's fine. It's good. At one point, there's a Tim Hortons nearby, and that's my kid loves a bagel with cream cheese. So I'm like, hey kid, you want to go get a bagel with cream cheese for lunch? And he's like, yeah, and it's great. So we're gonna go. My father-in-law says to me, go up the hill, and that way you don't have to go all the way to the lights to cross the street. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That might work. So we go up the hill, first of all, in a stroller, and he says, oh, it's just a little dirt patch. No, it's not. It's grass. And I'm going up a steep hill with a stroller in a deep patch of dirt. Not fun, not easy either. My kid is holding onto the stroller for dear life because I'm like trying to brute force the damn thing up there. And then eventually he's like, who told you to do that? And I was like, you could blame No for that. And he's like, tell him never to do that again. And I'm like, you bet. So we go. And by the way, we don't even get to jaywalk because A, it's busy. There's a bunch of cars driving by. And two, I'm with a stroller. How am I going to do this? So afterwards, we gave my father-in-law shit. And we laughed. Like, it was funny. But the whole time, I'm just like, no, I can't believe this. So all of this to say, we took the street light. We went to the lights when we could have just gone around on the street to the stoplight, which is where it is. But no one wants to do things right.
Well, you know what they say about lights, Joel?
What's that?
They will guide you home.
Unless you're the CEO and the VP of HR for a large AI tech firm.
Hold on. Oh, Michael, you've never had a bagel? How's this like a thing?
I have a hard time believing that. I mean, I can believe it, but I have a hard time believing it. Bagels are delicious. I had one this morning.
And that's all my wife eats for breakfast is a bagel. A coffee and bagel every single morning. That is her routine, is coffee and bagel.
What kind of bagel?
Just plain cream cheese.
Plain with cream cheese? Okay.
Yeah.
There's so many different ones. Like a cheddar jalapeno bagel. I used to love those.
Cheddar jalapeno? That sounds terrible. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's delicious. A little bit of spice and a little bit of cheese. It's all baked in together. And everything bagel. Yeah. Jules in the chat's talking about everything bagels are good. They got the onion baked in with the sesame seed and the poppy seed. Those are great. Those are great. Some people like the sweeter bagels.
I like the cinnamon raisin ones.
Yeah, like
cinnamon
those
raisins,
ones.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of those.
I used to when I first started writing on a more full-time basis, there was a local bagel shop that I would go to every morning. It wasn't like it was a chain. What's a bagel chain? Bruegger's.
Kettleman's, but also you don't know Kettleman's.
No, I don't know this.
But it's like an Ottawa, Toronto-based chain, so you wouldn't know.
Okay, Bruegger's is the local shop that was right up the street from me. So I'd go there, and it was a nice setup. Bruegger's was where they had like a top section as well. I don't know why Bruegger's bagels needed to be like this big of a setup, honestly. Like, it's not like this place was packed or anything. But I'd go up to the top section and just work from there all day. And so I'd get a free bagel because I was in there so often. So at some point, that was one of those things where, they start to know you. And so they're like, all right, you just want like, sometimes I would order different stuff, then you get like bacon, egg, and cheese bagel and bagel sandwiches and stuff like that. But anytime I just wanted like a plain like bagel or, basically anything that didn't have variety stuff on it. If I just wanted like a bagel, they're like, yeah, what do you want? And I was like, can I just get this? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I had a nice little setup going with the people at Bruegger's Bagels. Shout out to Bruegger's Bagels in Durham, North Carolina.
Let them sponsor the show before we shout them out again. They gave you free stuff. The key word is past tense gave.
Yeah. They would not recognize me now. I'm sure most of them don't even work there anymore. Probably. This was like 6 years ago at this point. So, yeah.
Just go back and just be like, do you know who I am? Pull up your camera, security camera 6 years ago. Pull it up, 11:15 a.m.
My friend worked at Bruegger's in high school. He worked at Brugger's, different Brugger's, but still Brugger's Bagels. He worked there in high school, so sometimes we'd go in and he'd give us free bagels as well. So always try to get in good with your friends who are working wherever, honestly, because they're more likely to just give you free stuff. But especially if they work at like a fast food place, or any type of food place, and they'll give you a discount or at least give you something free, especially at closing time and everything. It's like, yeah, we ain't got no use for this stuff. What do you want? That's the hookup right there.
When I worked in malls when I was a kid, I had a friend who worked at the New York Fries across the way in the food court, and he would be the only one who would actually like charge me a proper price for a drink and give me a refill, because New York Fries don't do refills. And then I found out why. Apparently, if you refill the cup too many times, those cups do get soggy on the bottom and they will break.
Okay, you can't get a new cup though? Like,
no, because they're charging by the cup, really. Like internally, they're counting the cups more than they are the syrup. The syrup's nothing. It's the other stuff. It's bad.
That's lame.
Thought it was lame.
That's a good way to get around no refills though. Like our cups are so cheap that they can't handle a refill.
It's basically there is a structural incapability. This was what, 20 years ago. So I have to assume that since then the structural integrity of these cups have gotten a little bit better. I don't know though.
Well, also 20 years ago, refills were, probably like 50 cents, and the drink itself was probably like 50 cents. And so you were only paying $1 for it anyway, where nowadays like a drink is going to be $2. So even if you get it unlimited refills, you still are paying more now than you were 20 years ago.
Why bother? Just go to the dollar store, buy a drink, and then go buy your food out at the store. Henry's saying there's a Tim Hortons now in Tennessee. Don't go. Do not go. I went to that Tim's out of necessity and out of geographical convenience. I don't go to Tim's. I don't. Canadians who are like, oh, I love my Timmies. I'm like, no, you don't. You love the idea of Tim Hortons. There are better coffee shops, and I'm not going to be a coffee snob because I'm not a coffee drinker, but there are better places to get coffee or food. Tim Hortons food, garbage, garbaggio. Never eat Tim Hortons food unless they sponsor us, at which point, Tim's, I love your food. It's amazing. Thank you for it. I cannot eat there. The Timbits once in a blue moon for the kid, that's about it. Maybe a donut, but no, don't go there. McDonald's coffee used to be Tim's coffee, by the way. There was a time where they were sharing providers. So
I was very fired up about this.
Just Tim Hortons food is overpriced garbage. And we got a Tim's like a 5-minute walk down that way and a 5-minute walk down that way, and I refuse to go to either of them unless I'm under duress.
There's like 2 Tim Hortons within like a 5-mile radius around here. Never been. The only time I've been to Tim's is when I went to Canada, and after I went to the Hockey Hall of Fame. I just got donuts. I got the little 10 bits, and then I just got another. I got like the Blue Jays donut because it was like half off or something. So I was like, yeah, this is.
Season was half off too.
Yeah, this seems fine. No, I mean last season, yeah, maybe. This season they're doing well though. It was fine. Like it's kind of tough to screw up a donut. Granted, you can do it, but it's kind of like pizza, where even like a bad pizza is still pretty good as long as it's not all like burnt to shit and just, terrible. But it's tough to screw up a pizza. It's tough to screw up a donut. Tim Hortons was fine.
Northern Composure saying literally every Canadian agrees with Joel's take on Timmy. They don't. That's the problem. Because I see those drive-thrus lined up like a son of a you-know-what.
Because it's convenient and it's cheap, right? It's the same reason why people still go to like Dunkin' Donuts and everything.
Yes. This was the thing when McDonald's came out with coffee, at least in Canada, it was very much at a price point similar to Tim Hortons. And as a result, people started flocking to McDonald's because the coffee was better. And then I think they realized that they were either using the same coffee or one of the competitors was using Tim Hortons coffee. Regardless, like everyone was basically taking from the same supply and just buttoning it up differently. I am not a coffee drinker, so it doesn't bother me. But also the food is just not great. Someone was like, Joel eats a flatbread pizza from Tim Hortons every night. I don't. I've had one of them, and never again. We tried it. I was like, this is god awful.
I wouldn't trust like a pizza from a donut place. Like I'm very afraid to, if like Taco Bell, they sell other stuff that like aren't tacos now. Like, I don't want your non-taco food. Burger King, their chicken sandwich is okay.
Oh, the best chicken sandwich is Burger King. Easily.
Burger King? Yeah,
yeah, oh god, yeah.
Yeah, they have good chicken sandwiches, actually. McDonald's, I had a McChicken by accident. Well, I ordered a burger, and they gave me a McChicken, and we'd already like driven off by that point when we checked them. And the line was long, and I wasn't gonna go back around. I was like, whatever, I'll just eat the dumb McChicken. It sucked. It was terrible. I was like, their like crispy chicken sandwich might be okay, but like the McChicken, that basic shit, nah, that I think sucks. I don't know. You know who actually has a good chicken sandwich, and like you'll never get this? Walmart. You ever go to Walmart and just their little where the grocery section is, and they got the stand with like the pre-made food essentially.
Yeah.
They got like corn dogs and they got hot dogs, and it's just a Nathan.
We don't have that.
Okay.
We have the pre-made. They do pizza right now at the ones.
Yeah, they have pizza there at this Walmart, but they got like the hot dog is just like a Nathan's hot dog, so it's again kind of tough to screw up a Nathan's hot dog. But they got these chicken sandwiches. They're like huge too, like, and they're inexpensive. This chicken sandwich is like $2.50. I was like, damn, that's honestly a pretty good deal. You go to Chick-fil-A, it's like $5 for this thing, and Chick-fil-A it's like shrunken down. So, and they got the good bun as well, like the honey toasted bun and everything. So yeah, Walmart's got some. If you go there with their like pre-made food and the little hot stand or whatever, the corn dog's like $1. I was looking at stuff. I was like, Jesus, that's all for this corn dog? That's a pretty good deal.
That would be a good deal. The chicken, Grace is mentioning the Walmarts that do whole chickens. That's always a big thing. You get a whole chicken.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Us, right.
Yeah.
The Walmarts near us, yeah, they do the pizza, and then they do the pre-made like fries, and they do pre-made chicken tenders. So I've done the chicken tenders before. Those are pretty good. But like I've never seen a chicken sandwich. Someone says you can't get a chicken sandwich anywhere for less than $10 in Canada mostly. You can get a junior chicken for like $3. The junior chicken is, I guess, what you guys call the McChicken, because we have a McChicken and it's a larger sandwich. You can get those at McDonald's if you want to call it chicken. I'm trying to think where else. Shout out to PG Clucks. That's in Toronto. They're fantastic chicken place. PG Clucks. Yeah, they make really good chicken sandwiches. I've had some really good ones through Uber Eats that were not ghost kitchens. You just have to find them. There's good like pre-made foods at your local supermarket if you're that kind of person who needs like who basically can't cook, or you're in a hurry. I get it. I've been in that hurry. Yeah. My kid, for example, loves the pre-made chicken fajitas that are made at the Loblaws, which is one of the big chains here in Canada.
Bob Loblaw?
Bob Loblaw's Loblaw. Yes, same guy. Yeah, so we have those, and I'll go and get those once in a while if like I'm in a pinch or if he asks for it. I know I can make mine better, and when I have, you know what he does? I don't want that, and I'm like, you son of a bitch! What do you mean you don't want that? It's exactly the same food. It's exactly the same food. It's different.
It's different.
It's different. It's the red cup versus the green cup.
Yeah.
The juice tastes better in my green cup. Oh,
yeah, Joel just burying people who can't cook. Like sometimes I just want to go get a nice big rotisserie chicken because it's simple, it's cooked for you, and we don't feel like cooking.
I get it. I'm like that too sometimes. By the way, wedges wedges at Walmart are also very good. I get it. I sometimes don't want to cook either. I also like to cook, so it depends. I need the inspiration sometimes, not the tag team from TNA, the actual inspiration that does good things for you. Wins. They're there. Anyway, the point of all this being, I've got ground beef in my fridge. I've got like flat lo mein style noodles as well. I'm trying to figure out what dish I can make with this. I think I'm going to cook up the beef with some sort of sauce, maybe like a teriyaki sauce or like a honey garlic sauce, and put in some veggies with that, mix it up with the lo mein noodles, and just do that. Kid won't eat it, but god dang I will, and so will the wife. He'll have a burger. He'll have a bagel with cream cheese. He'll be fine. Someone's saying bulgogi. If I could do bulgogi, I could do that, but we'll see.
What's a bulgogi?
Bulgogi is a Korean dish, so it's basically noodles with beef and veg. It's all It usually comes down to the type of noodle and the sauce. Sorry if I'm completely ruining someone's cultural dishes here by rendering them down to
I'm
three.
about to go get Chinese after this show
Hell
today. I haven't had Chinese in a while. Every time we try to go get Chinese, like the store near us is always like closed. It's like, what hours do y'all work? What days do y'all work?
Okay, so most of the places here, the Asian stores are closed on Tuesdays.
Oh, it's a Wednesday, so hopefully we don't run into that.
So I've noticed that, and I don't know why, and I feel like I need to ask, but also I order out from all of them, so I don't know. Chinese food is always good. Doesn't matter.
Chinese food always hits. Like, it really doesn't matter. You can't go wrong with Chinese food.
Well, except for, girls in the summer, because Chinese food makes you sick. But I think it's fly when girls stop by for the summer. You're welcome. Our chat gets it because y'all are old too.
I mean, I get it. I was thinking the Eminem lyric, not their lyric.
Awful. Anyway, we do. I
haven't thought of that song in forever. Like, the only time I think of the song is, again, the Eminem lyric.
They're mostly dead anyway. It's fine. I think 2 of them are gone, so that's just as well.
Are they? Oh, well, that's...
Yeah, I think so. From, what was the band? It was Lit? No, not Lit.
No, it wasn't Lit.
Oh my God.
I forget their name.
It's going to kill me now. LFO. It was Lit, Len, and LFO. Don't know why. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure 2 of them are gone.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
unless they're pieces of shit, then who cares?
Well, Rich Cronin died in 2010, and then Lima died in like a year later, and then recently another one died. I thought, why do all these boy bands keep dying?
Well, they're old.
That is true. Yeah, 3 of them. There's only 1 left. Someone check on Brad Fischetti. But yeah, Devin Lee.
Should we invite him on the show?
Absolutely not. Brian Gillis died in 2023. I feel like this show was happening and we talked about it. I hope Brad Fichetti's not a crazy person. Let's find out, shall we?
Drugs.
God, he's going to be one of those, isn't he? He's
Steal My Sunshine was a banger. I will not hear no slander on Steal My Sunshine.
That was Len. That was different.
Yeah, I know that was a different. LFO had like 1 more hit after Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't know what it was, but like it got some play.
Yeah. Hold on. We're doing one little deep dive into Brad Fischetti.
We're doing way too many deep dives into these boy bands here.
Okay, he's
Brad hangs out with Bucks County Batman.
So this is what I am doing, those buzz terms, the ones associated with those people, and I'm not seeing it. So maybe Brad Fichetti's not a piece of shit. Maybe he's the good kind of Christian that uses Psalms 41 and "Love My Daughter" in his Twitter stuff. Oh, he also hasn't tweeted since 2020. So there's that. Green
Day. The answer to this question is Green Day.
If it wasn't Green Day, then it was Vitamin C.
Yeah. That was she had the song called Graduation, right?
Yeah.
But Green Day, I swear they played like everywhere. Bless Green Day.
Had to do Time of Your Life.
Yeah, that's what they played. I remember it was like 5th grade. They were doing like our 5th grade slideshow, and they were playing Good Riddance. And then they did it again in 6th grade. And then again in 7th grade. That's the only fucking song. It's like, do y'all know any other songs that can play?
These teachers are like, can we play Kansas, Carry On My Wayward Son? Like at the time, these teachers, they weren't, there's Jules saying End of the Road by Boyz II Men.
Oh,
that was a mix of like trying to be cool and hip and with it, and also get the hell out of here, End of the Road.
Yeah. Vitamin C is what I assume most people were thinking of, because that Graduation song played. It's a song called Graduation. Like, where else are you going to play it?
Yeah.
Play it at the wedding? Let's play this song Graduation at our wedding.
It was Graduation for like the parents, and then it was Good Riddance for like the student-made slideshows.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
The
class president and his team put together this slideshow for you to watch. Please enjoy. And it has the opening too, where he drops an F-bomb and then does the song. It's all in there.
No one pays attention to the lyrics though. They're like, what's the name of this song? Oh, okay. This is what This is what we're gonna play.
Time of your life. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then there's always, I'll never forget this. There was always the Battle of the Bands of the talent show with that one band that always wanted to play Adam's song by Blink 182. And you're like, this should be this is a cry for help somewhere. But everyone's just like, no, I just really like the song and it's easy to play. And it's like, okay, sure, okay. Baz Luhrmann's Sunscreen song. That was my sister's. Like that was graduating in like 1997 type of stuff.
I've never heard of this.
Baz Luhrmann basically like sing over song over music, and it ends with like an always remember to wear sunscreen.
What?
Yeah, it was very popular because it was one of those songs, you know.
Hold on.
The song's called Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen. And it's ladies and gentlemen of the class of 99 wear sunscreen. That's why it was so popular.
Whenever somebody says ladies and gentlemen, I only think of
the song by Saliva.
Limp Bizkit.
No.
The hot dog flavored water. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. And then he says fuck like 87 times.
It's true.
Song. My favorite Fred Durst intro is the Rollin' intro, the air raid assaults, because it's got like Method Man and DMX and I think Redman on it, and he's like, play the fucking track. Oh, there it is. And it just like comes in. What an intro from Fred Durst. Man, Limp Bizkit had some bangers. No one's ever going to tell me different. The Limp Bizkit didn't have some bangers. Mambo number 5 was a banger as well. Yeah, Mambo number 5 does start, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, what is this sunscreen song? It's
called Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen. It was released in 97, and it was a spoken word song because it started off as an essay by Baz Luhrmann, and they put it.
Why is it 5 minutes? I don't want to listen to this.
By the way, the album version's 7 minutes. The radio edit's 5. Yeah. So it was on the William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet soundtrack. That was the
Leo one.
Yeah, the Leo one. Yeah, and then they changed the opening to the ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2007. So there you go. But yes, it's the class of 1999.
Because I'm listening.
7.
Is there a beat? Does a beat kick in?
No, I don't think so. Just kind of fast forward.
Oh no, there we go. Okay,
it goes in.
Yeah, say we're gonna get some like. Oh, that's pretty chill.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was 97. People weren't doing crazy shit until 99.
Oh.
Yeah, people weren't showing up at schools in black trench coats till 99. Y'all can finish that sentence however you choose.
I'm listening to this, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Enjoy the power of your beauty or of your youth. The power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will never understand the power and beauty of your youth until they're faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You are not as fat as you imagine. How many times have I seen that? There's a lot. Stretch. Don't forget to stretch.
All right. I'm not going to listen to this whole thing. It's 5 minutes long.
Get plenty of calcium. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone.
I've never heard of this song until now, though. But
maybe you'll marry. Amazing. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much. Don't berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance. Everybody else's. Wow.
Funky Chicken's a good song. I'm getting recommended Nardwuar versus Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, that's new. That's a big thing right now. People are all about it.
I saw Nardwuar interviewed at some point NBA champion Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And I'm looking forward to I'll watch that.
Yeah. Hey,
I didn't know who Nardwuar was until a few months ago. But
yeah, Nardwuar rules, man.
I believe you. I mean, if he's gonna interview Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, NBA champion Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, then I'll have to check it out. But I've never watched a Nardwuar video outside of that.
He is the person most people should aspire to in media. asking important questions directed up to their passions.
Yeah.
And then give gifts. I'm not going to give you a gift. If I do an interview with you, you're not getting a gift. The gift is my presence.
Your present is a present.
I use that often, yes. My presence is presence alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Myron Reed and Killer Kelly. They got engaged.
Yes.
We love on the show, so I
We
wanted
do.
to bring that up.
We do.
So good for them. Loved seeing that. They got a cute kid, too. There's a photo of Killer Kelly getting ready at the TNA tapings this past weekend, and the kid looks directly at the camera. Kid looks exactly like Myron Reed. Kid looks exactly like their dad. It's very funny to watch. Love that kid. Love it. Did we see the Offset Drowning Pool Bodies new version? I saw it posted.
I did.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I saw it. That was on Kimmel, Fallon, one of the two. It was on one of those late night shows.
If it was on Kimmel, I probably would have seen it because Kimmel was too busy having Spinal Tap on his show for the first time in like 20 years.
Okay, then maybe it was on Fallon.
Had to be Fallon. Had to be.
All right, it was on one of the shows. But yeah, that was that was good stuff. I listen to the JIT album, everybody. It's a good album.
By the way, we said Killer Kelly, not Kelly Kelly.
Yeah, Killer Kelly.
Big difference. Killer Kelly is the Portuguese wrestling star who lives in the United States now. She's great.
Yeah.
Check her out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Kelly was married to Mike Madonna. Maybe still is. I don't know.
She was married to a hockey player, though, wasn't she? Like other than
Mike Madonna.
No. But wasn't she also married to? Who am I thinking of?
Carrie Underwood?
No, she was.
Carrie Underwood's married to Mike Fisher.
No, I know that they can't keep their farm open. Damn, so if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. No, there was somebody else who was married to a hockey player who was fairly well known.
There's a lot of hockey players
who was a wrestler who were wrestling adjacent.
Really?
Who was it? Yeah, who was it?
I don't know.
Well, now she's with Joe Koba.
Who is Kelly? I don't know who Joe Koba is.
He's a bodybuilder in Arizona. Don't know who. I'm looking at her.
Poor Mike Madonna. Brooke Hogan apparently married a hockey player.
Kelly's Jewish? I don't believe that part. Someone linked a Jewish professional wrestler onto her. Anyway, who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Oh, she was married to Sheldon Surrey.
Kelly also married Sheldon Surrey?
I think that went south. Yeah, it was Sheldon Surrey.
Obviously, if she's with a bodybuilder now.
Yeah, no, I think there were. I think something happened there. Yeah, but yes, Kelly, Barbie Blank Koba.
Wasn't she married to Mike Madonna? I'm not crazy on that one.
I don't. Maybe they dated.
Were they dating?
Maybe
they were definitely linked. If they were not married, they were 100%. I swear, I'm not making this up. But y'all are gonna make me go crazy now about this.
I don't see anything about them.
Oh, Mike Madonna married Willa Ford, so I am crazy.
Mike Madonna, WWE. I don't see anything like that.
All right, clearly I was thinking Willa Ford and not Kelly. I swear they still dated. Let me go to who's dated who. Hold on.
What is going on? Mr. Perfect hockey vignettes? No. Mike Madonna has never been like a WWF guy or a WWE guy. Pro wrestling. Let's see. Mike Madonna. Has he ever been involved with a wrestling event? No. In honor of his retirement. Oh, okay. Hold on. Mike Madonna versus Mr. Perfect.
Is that a thing?
Apparently that was a thing.
Oh, okay.
There was a hockey vignette with Mr. Perfect and Mike Madonna was in it.
Oh, let's get Mike Madonna on this show.
Now that I know, absolutely. I'm looking to see where's Mr. Perfect. Where are you? Is he under the cage? Come on, take off the mask. There he is. Okay, now we need Mike Madonna on the show. Yeah, let's go get Mike Madonna to be on our show. We're just gonna ask him about this. Minnesota boys. This is a good point.
Oh,
that would make a lot of sense.
All right, let's get Mike Madonna on the show.
Done. We've had hockey players on the show before, wrestling adjacent
True.
hockey players. It's
True.
time. It's time to bring it back.
How do I reach Mike Modano?
It's got to be on social somewhere.
Probably Instagram.
9 Modano on Twitter. And
Is he active?
He tweeted last on August the 8th, and it was, he's got the North Star Deli. Is apparently what's going on here.
If this is him on Instagram, it's nothing but his kids. I don't give a fuck about your kids, Mike Modano.
Well, if he's got nothing but his kids, then you got to say nice things about his kids before you say something about you on our show. Beautiful kids, Mike Modano. Would you like to be on our show?
I don't care about your dumbass kids, Mike Modano. Do you want to be on our show?
This is turning into the Batman all over again.
All right, I'll message him on Twitter. I can message him on Twitter. I'll see if this works. All right.
Can you message him?
Yeah. It says
the DMs are open. Yeah, there you go.
Hello, Mike.
Kids. Jesus.
Modano. And why are we getting on all hockey players that I hated as a kid?
Because it makes for better content when you talk to them about it.
Darren McCarty, could not stand him. Now we're best friends, but couldn't stand him as a kid. Mike Modano, couldn't stand him. These are all rival players. Joe Sakic, are you involved in hockey at all? Need Joe Sakic on this show.
Joe Sakic went to one episode of WWE Raw.
I hope you're well. My name is Jeremy Lambert. I work for a wrestling outlet, allegedly.
Do you want to send him the video of him and Mr. Perfect?
Yes. Give me that.
Hold on.
We came across you doing a vignette with Mr. Perfect.
Joe Hennig. Kurt Hennig. Was it Joe?
I'll say Kurt.
What was his son?
Was it Kurt or was it Joe?
That was going to kill me. It's Joe.
Why was it Joe?
No, Joe was his son. Kurt's. Yeah,
if it's Mr. Perfect, it's Kurt.
Yeah, Joe is Curtis Axel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How would it be him? No one's doing shit with him.
Well, all right then. I just DM'd it to you.
Okay. I was wondering if
real journalism this morning.
I could ask you some questions either through text or if you would want to come on our show to talk about the vignette and your career. We'll ask Mike Modano stuff about his career. I'd love to get stories about the abs and stuff. All right. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
There you go, Jeremy. Hold on. I'll get it for you. Hold on.
What?
We're gonna get Joe Sakic after all.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. Here we go. I got it. Give me a second. You keep doing this. I'm gonna pull.
All right. I've sent the video to Mr. Mike Modano.
I hope it works. I hope he says that brings me back. I would love to talk about your piddly ass wrestling fan. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh shit.
The Hitman with the man who hits. It's Joe Sakic.
All right.
And Bret Hart.
All right. Let's get Joe Sakic on this show.
We can do it. When did this happen?
Yeah. When did this happen?
6 months ago? No. Okay. Someone posted this 6 months ago.
Okay.
I don't know when this photo would have been. I don't even know.
All right. How do I get Joe Sakic? He's still involved with the abs organization.
Allegedly. Just a whole lot of not WWF stuff. Bret Hart. Let's see. Bret Hart. Joe Sakic along with Bret Hart, who made a career in the... Did they own it together?
The Hitmen?
Yeah. Did they have a co-ownership going?
Did Joe Sakic own the Calgary Hitmen? I don't know. Let's see.
Founding an early term. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Graham James left his position as coach and GM of the Swift Current Broncos to found the Hitmen in '94. He organized a group of 18 investors in the club, including former Broncos star former Broncos and NHL stars Theo Fleury and Joe Sakic, along with Bret Hart. So
okay. So we do have a good wrestling connection.
Okay.
All right. How do we get Joe Sakic? Who do we know that knows Joe Sakic?
Oh, is this one of those call Sean moments? Because I got nothing.
I know people. I know people in Avs media.
Okay.
So I don't know him like that well to where I feel super comfortable being like, hey, can you get us in contact with like the face of the Avs franchise? I mean, when you think of that team, Sakic's the guy. That was the long-term captain, 2 cups. Like, Sakic's the guy on that team.
Yeah. Is he on
And,
Instagram?
he didn't have Instagram or Twitter. He's like no social media at all.
Oh no, he's got a private account that's actually checkmarked.
I don't know if that's actually him. I don't.
But it's checkmarked. Like it's verified, but I don't know if it's meta verified or not. But it's private, so I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get. The season's coming up too. Let me see if I can. Wonder if I can get the Calgary Hitmen PR. They still own the team?
I doubt it. I don't know. Calgary Hitman ownership.
Louis says his guy runs a hockey website.
Okay, that's something. Calgary Hitman. Who owns the team now?
We found the one day Brett might have been happy.
Amazing. Where is? Oh my God! Come on. Who are the co-owners of that's Calgary Flames? Owners: Calgary Hitmen. Anne Murray Edwards, Alvin G. Lieben, Alan Markin, Jeff McKaig. None of these people.
All right, I'm gonna reach out to one of my mutuals, who works for an Avs site, who has interviewed Sakic before, who might have a.
Guys, I think we need to have their strength and conditioning coach on. His name, Sean Hope Ross.
Oh, amazing!
And it's the same spelling of Sean too, SEAN. We need this.
All right, I'm gonna send an email because I feel like that's the way. Yeah, hockey season's coming up too, so like.
Yeah, this is the perfect opportunity.
This is timely. All right, let me send an email to my guy who runs or who's involved with the Avs.
Dear guy who runs the Avs.
Just guy who runs the Avs. Yeah.
Dear guy who runs the Avs. We can finally find out who the final Ross is. It's true. It's true. We can do it. Sean Hope Ross and Sean Ross Sapp. Zeno I was saying it's a hockey podcast now. Brother, it's always been a hockey podcast.
Yeah, it's always been non-wrestling.
Yeah, it's just been in a different wrap-up. Our format goes off the air when the hockey season starts. When the Sens start to get good and I get confused. This is it, though. We're going to do it. The Sens are going to win the cup this year. Joe Sakic on this show. What kind of questions do we ask him about wrestling? Hey, did you and Brett ever share war stories?
All right, hold on. All right, so I'm saying this is kind of a shot in the dark, but I was wondering. But we are working on a Calgary Hitman. That's how we're gonna, frame this here.
This is their 30th year, the Hitmen.
Bret Hart, and Pride Here in Peace, and Bret Hart's involvement with the team. I was wondering if you could potentially point me in the direction of possibly speaking to Joe Sakic about his involvement. Fix your computer, Joel.
I wrote Hitman instead of Hitmen, and I got
Oh boy.
beat.
Oh
My
boy.
bad. My mistake. Because I was looking for a part of an article. We had no idea this was going on, says Sakic, who in 94 was part of an ownership group that hired James as coach of the WHL expansion Calgary Hitmen. Quote, nobody knew. I don't think this is going to happen because I'm reading this article from 2012 and someone had to do some heavy lifting. Bob Kravitz had to do some heavy
Bob
lifting.
Kravitz is good.
He's great, but he had to do most of the writing in an interview with Joe Sakic where he gave sound bites to get there.
Oh boy. Do you know Joe Sakic's nickname?
Silent Joe.
What?
Silent Joe.
Quoteless Joe.
Quoteless Joe.
That's legitimately his nickname. Yeah. He wouldn't give anything to the media.
Nothing.
Yeah, no. Joe Sakic gives no quotes. Joe Sakic would honestly, look, it'd be great to have him on this show. Are you kidding me? Joe Sakic was someone I admired growing up. He was my second favorite player behind Peter Forsberg. Like, everyone loved Joe Sakic. Again, you think of the Avs, you think of Joe Sakic. The interview would probably suck because he doesn't give any quotes. He's a little bit better now. When was this interview done? 2012?
2012, so it's been quite a while.
Yeah, he was still part of the Avs organization in 2012. So he probably wasn't giving anything. Now he's kind of removed from the Avs organization, and maybe he's a little bit more open about this thing. But yeah, as a player, his nickname was Quoteless Joe because he was giving you no quotes.
There are so many quotes in here that are the quotes are from everyone but Sakic. It's very funny. It's not a lot of words you can say, Sakic says. I think after something like that, you're just more careful in everything you do. He's talking about an accident that he had in 1986. Like,
Joe Sakic rules.
It's going to be the best, worst interview we've ever done.
Oh, Joe Sakic. Dude, if we get Joe Sakic on, that'll be the new peak of this show.
That's true.
If we can get Joe Sakic on.
Listen, it's this and having Tony do his weekly garden tending. Come on, Tony, it's time.
Tony Khan's never coming on this show.
Oh, we're gonna make it happen. 10 days from now, when he and I meet again in person, and I remind him two things: one, come on the show; two, where's my water bottle?
You gotta ask him that. You got that's coming up soon.
Yeah, 10 days.
10 days. Yeah.
10 days. 10 days. Yeah. I had to I had to text a friend of ours. I told SB3 about this on the air yesterday, so I don't feel so bad talking about it. I texted a friend of ours to get AWPR emails so that I could ask about some upcoming stuff. And our friend was like, oh, are you trying to get your all out credentials sorted out? And I'm like, no, I know that's not going to come until like the day before the event. That's understood of me. However, I need other things to get done. And so we were just talking about that. And yeah, TK being on the show will be very much a last minute situation should it arise.
Bugaboo Jones saying, can we get Eric Lindros? The only question, I don't even have a question for Eric Lindros. I would just say thank you. Thank you for not wanting to play in Quebec and for bringing Peter Forsberg to Quebec and then Colorado. That's all. I don't even have a question for Eric Lindros. Just a thank you.
Where is the Battleground podcast based out of?
Nashville.
Nashville?
Yeah, they're based in Tennessee.
TK loves Nashville these days.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're a little, I don't want to say like national or anything, but yeah, they're in Nashville because every time like AW goes to like Tennessee, he's always on there. But yeah, he's on there fairly regularly, which is good. Tony knows we don't run a Jaguars podcast. I messaged Tony. I wished him good luck against the Panthers. They didn't need it. They kicked the shit out of the Panthers. He did say thank you, and then he said go Jags, and I was like, all right.
They take everybody on their show. Good for them.
Battleground does great work. Shout out to them.
No, I'm not. People can figure out I'm not shit talking them, but I'm just saying they have a lot of people. Their highest viewed video is Killer Cross's back, and that was his post WrestleMania shoot work thing. They just
Oh
clipped
yeah,
it and put it
they
on.
just clipped it and put it. Yeah, a lot of people did that.
Yeah.
Henry saying Jaguars good or Panthers are awful. Do not. I mean, I hope the best for the Jags. They don't have any effect on what the Panthers are gonna do, and I want Tony Khan to be happy and everything. But I would not buy stock in the Jacksonville Jaguars because of how bad they beat the Panthers. The Panthers are a terrible football team. The Jaguars might be better than expected, but look at the last 3 seasons. The Falcons kicked the shit out of the Panthers. What'd they do? The Saints kicked the shit out of the Panthers. What'd they do? Both of those teams beat up the Panthers opening day, and then they went on. They both missed the playoffs, and they had like below 500 records. Beating the Panthers on opening day doesn't mean anything. That's a terrible football team, an absolutely terrible football team.
Hey, do me a favor, run your gain down a little bit.
Okay.
That's all right. That's just me.
It's literally at its lowest point.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. You were just a loud talker, and I appreciate that.
Well, they told me I had to be louder, so I'm trying to be louder.
I got you. I just lowered you on this end, so we should be okay.
All right.
It's, you know what? I spent years learning about popping peas. You know popping peas? Yeah, but speaking...
Don't stop, pop that, don't stop, pop that pussy.
Yeah, so at the end there...
Only popping peas.
It's the plosives. I'm trying to get the plosives out of the way so that you're not...
Okay.
So your P's and B's aren't popping. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, just want to talk a little bit of wrestling, I guess?
No.
All right, that's
fine.
I don't know, because we have to, I guess.
Yeah, Will, let's keep bearing the Panthers. Yeah, Will saying the Panthers couldn't stop. Nah, their defense is so god awful, so god awful. Like, it's a terrible defense, and the offense isn't that great either. Who asked should I? Oh, Henry saying should I trade McMillan in fantasy? I mean, he's about the only person that might do anything if anybody's gonna do something. So, is it a dynasty or is it just one season? Because if it's one season, then I don't know, maybe. But I think he'll actually put up some numbers. The offense has some potential. The defense completely sucks. But they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot because they're gonna be behind 4 scores and 7 years ago in every game. So you can maybe keep him. But I wouldn't, hold on too much. Yeah, he's gonna get a lot of the targets because Xavier Leggett can't catch and is dumb, and they don't have any other receivers to go to. But he's gonna get doubled all the time. I'd keep him. It's just a god awful football team, man. It's such a bad football team. I was watching the Browns and the Bengals on Sunday more than the Panthers and Jags. At least that game was like interesting and exciting. And then the Sunday night game was great. But yeah, bless. I think Will's a Panthers fan as well. Bless Will. You know the pain. It's just terrible every year. Terrible.
On Monday, you and I talked about the Bills coming to Toronto and doing games here. And I was like, oh, they kind of stopped doing that. You know what they did on Monday afternoon? MLSE, and it was the CFL, so the Argonauts and the Bills announced a new partnership to get people engaged in the game of football in Toronto. To which I said, there's a reason no one wants to come in the first place. And that is A, the Bills, and B,
the Bills are good.
And now they are. So MLSE and Buffalo Bills announced partnership to engage Canadian fans and grow the game of football. And the first reply is, don't they try to do this every couple of years? That's because you know that the numbers have been down. They kicked off the 25-26 season, and they announced today that they're going to do a multifaceted partnership to celebrate a shared passion of sports north of the border to grow the game with Canadian youth. Well, first of all, we can't play football that much in Canada because most of the school year...
They'll suck.
Well, there's that, and most of our school year is snow, so we focus on the winter sports. We get right into football and right into rugby, but then after that, it's hockey, it's all the outdoor, winterized sports. So we don't really have that opportunity to build football throughout the school year. So it's not really strategic, this partnership. It's just Basically, give them arena football and we'll be fine. But that's about as good as it gets. All 3 CFL fans are happy. 2 of them live in the same household in Ottawa that I'm friends with. Shout out to my pal Greg and his wife.
Hold on. I assume this is your hockey guy, Louis. The Avs are 1-0 against McDavid in the playoffs. We're figuring out how to lose to the Dallas Stars in the playoffs, not McDavid. We've beaten him. We can't beat the fucking Stars. That's where.
Haven't beaten them lately, though.
Losing. Haven't beaten who lately?
McDavid.
We haven't played him. What do you mean we haven't beaten him? We haven't played him.
Well, it's time to play him again then.
I wish we would. Then we'd be in the conference finals, but we can't get past Dallas. Dallas is the team that we keep losing to. Not McDavid. We beat McDavid.
I'm trying to look and see if there's anything related to this partnership that's actually more hilarious than the future of football.
Uncle Dennis would be hilarious as the authority figure in Ring of Hallucinations. He'd be going around trying to make all these like shady deals and everything. Oh, that would be great. Dennis.
How'd you get these drugs so cheap? Let's just say I now own stock in a lot of non-existent companies.
He's got this fictional board man. Everyone will get the reference, but he's got this fictional board man who he always references in all of his like meetings and everything. So he's having a meeting with like Shane Taylor Promotions, and Shane Taylor Promotions is like, all right, here's what we need now that we're the 6-man champions. And Uncle Dennis is like, all right, well, board man has gotta be part of your group. Shane Taylor's like, well, what does board man bring to the table? He's like, well, board man's not gonna show up at all, but you gotta pay him 50% of your cut. Shane Taylor's like, what? He doesn't show up and he gets 50%. He's like, yeah, board man gets paid. And everybody pops. Louis got it. The people who know, they just pop. But yeah, he gets board man worked into everything for Ring of Hallucinations. Yeah, he's just making all types of like shady deals. And he's going to Tony Khan. He's like, Tony, I got a suggestion for you. What if ROH and AEW work together? Tony's like, well, we kind of already do work together. Nah, I gotta let's take this thing bigger. Let's take this thing bigger, Tony. Board man, bring in board man. And Tony's like, well, what does board man do? Board man doesn't show up, okay? Board man ain't showing up to your AEW events. He might show up to some of the ROH events. He ain't showing up to the AEW, but you gotta pay him, and then maybe he'll mention AEW. You gotta tweet about him like, hey, happy birthday to the board man, AEW sponsored, board man out here. Tony's like, well, what does he bring to the table? He brings money to the table. He's the board man, and the board man gets paid. That's the tagline for everything. And again, if you know, you get it, and if you don't, well, who gives a shit? The show's not for you.
I've decided.
Uncle Dennis as ROH GM. I'm for this. This is a good suggestion, Zeno Hour.
I've decided that Hook should be a part of Ring of Hallucinations.
Oh, because he can just shop fuck you all the time?
There's that, but instead of walking in with a bag of chips, he walks in with a baggie of hallucinogenics. It's him and mushrooms. He's just chomping down on mushrooms.
You can't have too many of those.
Well, he can because he's Hook.
Oh, okay.
And Hook is unstoppable, except for that concussion. But
I've listened to enough rap songs to know that, like, if you have too many mushrooms, things don't go too well. I had a friend, my roommate in college overdosed on mushrooms. He had like a seizure at a grocery store. That's
impressive. He just went out into you can't do mushrooms and go out into the public eye. You just can't do that.
Yeah, he went to a grocery store and just had a seizure, and like his girlfriend and his friend like had to call me. They're like, you're his roommate. I was like, I've known this guy for like 2 months. I don't know who he is that well. Like, why are you calling me for?
Well, you guys live together. And?
Yeah, not by choice. So, like, we were freshmen. We were freshmen in college. We just got paired up together. This was not like, we didn't request he's a nice guy and everything. I didn't have an issue with him or anything like that. But they were like, he just had a seizure. I was like, okay.
So are you trying to say, so hold on, you were only freshmen? Are you trying to say you took a week's vacation and he took a week's worth of Valium and meth?
I don't get the reference.
That's a reference to the 1995 song Freshman by, was it who sang that? We Were Only Freshmen?
I
What
don't
was the
know.
song? Oh, what was the song? Damn it. Freshman song. By the Verve Pipe, 1996. Really? Oh, damn it. All right, fine. Whatever.
Like I probably heard it, I'm sure, but asking me to recall lyrics is to a song that I've only heard a couple of times. Not happening.
The lyric is, my best friend took a week's vacation to forget her. His girl took a week's worth of Valium and slept. So
All right. People are popping in the chat. They know who the Verve Pipe is.
listen, if nothing else, we are going to have the worst conversation. Oh God. Anyway.
I like artists that bury like their friends and just randomly in songs. That's hilarious to me. Like you're this like famous musician and you're just gonna like talk about your friends and how they're like broke as fuck. Like, yeah, my friend's divorced now. He sucks. That's just great.
The best.
My favorite is that I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but the Ed Sheeran song, Castle on the Hill.
I used to sing that song.
Yeah, the interlude where he just buries all of his friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. He's like, one friend's broke as hell, the other's a drunk, the other his kids don't come see him. Me, I'm singing songs about him. I'm doing great as a millionaire here. Can't wait to go home and see all these losers I used to hang out with. Fucking rules.
It's such a downer song, but it does roll. It was great.
It's a banger though. It's a banger song, but I just love that he just like buries all of his friends. More artists should just do that. It's like, yeah, these are the people I used to hang out with, and like it was really cool when we were in like high school hanging out. So what they're doing now anyway is, well, one got shot in a drive-by. Another is in jail for shooting him in the drive-by. The other's a drug dealer. The other is 3 times divorced, whose kids disowned him, and he's about 2 months away from being homeless. And here I am, a millionaire, rapping about him. Rules.
I don't know if you saw it this morning.
No.
Our Chris Jericho's coming back. It's back on, baby.
What? Did he like another tweet?
No. Did you see who his guest is on Talk is Jericho?
No. Who?
AEW star Darby Allin.
Oh, really? That would be interesting.
It is. It's going to be very interesting. But the whole point of this is the first active wrestler guest he's had on since April, which was when
maybe
he left. What? Darby's not active?
No, I mean he is. But like, when was this like?
Oh well, it's mostly talking about like. It's mostly talking about the Everest climb, but he also talks about AEW a little bit and like planting the flag for AEW. So like they do get into AEW talk, but regardless of when it was, he hasn't done wrestling content like current wrestling content since April.
Yeah, this shit was probably recorded in April after Darby got done.
Did he come down? Was it April? No, it was May. Was it May, June?
Yeah, May, June. Yeah,
regardless, April, May, June. By the way, who had a hell of a showing on NXT last night.
Is this how you transition into NXT?
I could be. What are they pulling the trigger a little too quickly with April, May, June? Blake Monroe with her I'm an evil wench woman.
That was a good That was a good vignette. Like
great promo.
Yeah.
They just went right into it. She's no longer sugar spice everything nice. She saw a little blood and now she's out for revenge.
Good for her.
She's great. Oh, good. I thought Joel was going to say RFK Jr. or something. No, that'll be on Stephanie's places soon enough.
Oh God.
I already gave his stepdaughter, the WWE tryout and probably a contract.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them, the one who played volleyball allegedly.
Yeah.
They'll have her dressing up like Charlotte soon enough. Is he Dane?
I hope Blake Monroe murders people. That's all I ask for.
That's true. Yeah.
Although I like Jordan Grace, I don't need Jordan Grace to like fully get killed, but kill somebody.
Well, if you ask Paul, it's going to be kill Tony. Sorry, this is not great. Well, I wasn't supposed to mention that on the air. I was at Kill Tony. I was at Kill Tony. It was a good time. She should murk somebody. It should be Wendy Chu because it's not like they're doing anything with her anywhere else. Got to make use of her somehow. Kill her, and then she comes back to life as the nice Wendy Chu again. Did you? You're back.
Sorry, I was booing your. Kill Kill Tony nonsense.
It's all nonsense. Tony's a fucking idiot anyway.
I've never seen anything by him. I had no idea. Like, I assume he's not funny. We watched we're not talking about wrestling today. Fuck off, people.
I mean, we got some things to talk about.
Nah. We watched the John Mulaney thing. This was from like a few years ago. Yeah, this was from when like he'd just gotten out of rehab.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, he's great when he's not on drugs and being a piece of shit, but he's great now.
Yeah, it was good. I knew who John Mulaney was. I've seen him in various stuff, but I've never seen like his stand up or anything. But it was a good stand up special. We watched that the other night. That was good.
I like him. He's mostly funny. He's good stuff.
When he's talking about doing a bunch of coke and everything, that's very hilarious.
We're gonna upset Top Weed Zeno Hour if we don't talk about NXT.
Why?
I don't know. Typical NXT slander, he says. Isn't Zeno Hour? No, it's Pile Driver and Zeno Hour, usually the top NXT fans in the chat, right? Isn't there somebody else who really likes NXT? Like unabashed.
Nobody really likes NXT.
Listen, the best part about NXT was that Lola Vice segment they showed where she's like, I'm going to go see my dad in his dojo for the first time in like 20 years. Or not 20 years, but a long time. I'm so excited to see him. He doesn't know I'm coming. Next shot is her dad wearing her shirt, getting all pumped up to see his daughter. And I'm like, oh, they really didn't plan this out very well.
Nobody likes NXT.
Two Pile Drivers saying I don't care. NXT. Oh, there we go. It was Live Glass loves NXT. Perfect.
NXT does move. I will 100% say that. That show shit happens. I will always say that. You might not like all of it. It might be, I don't know about confusing, but it might not make a sense a lot of times. But shit happens on this show.
Last night made especially no sense in so many ways.
All right, are we going to talk NXT? Because you know what I need to do before we talk NXT?
What's that?
I gotta pop my dick, man.
Are you going to get demonetized for that? It's worth it. It's worth it.
Oh, God, there's no reason. It's so funny that yesterday everybody loved him so much because he plays video games, and today we're just right back to it.
All right, we're gonna play it again.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
You gotta what? Your what?
You gotta pop his dick. Don't stop. Pop that. Don't stop. Pop that dick, bitch.
I was watching this shit live, and I don't know why it's happening this way.
My wife is dying over here, by the way. He's gotta pop his dick, baby.
Jesus Christ. He's gonna be like, I was saying head. I don't give a shit. It sounds bad. Run it back.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
I want the camera on him to see this reaction to when he said it. Did he know that those words came out of his mouth? Does he recognize that he said that shit? He doesn't. He's like, it's a moment, dog.
Rules. Booker T gives a soundbite every single week.
Incredibly stupid.
What? Nothing. They just Ripley came out. Tiffany Stratton talked. That was it.
They didn't acknowledge any of it?
No. What are you going to acknowledge that for? Rules. Booker T's amazing. I will not hear any Booker T slander. I don't care. You guys can say he's a bad commentator. No other commentator gives you this kind of gold. right? No commentator gives you this gold.
Just
He rules. He absolutely rules.
oh god, I didn't realize that you had that drop, and that absolutely ruined me. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I was
Oh,
saving that one for the NXT. Sorry.
this is funny because we were just talking about it, right? Pile drivers and calling BS on Booker playing Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, like I said yesterday, he was suddenly like everyone's favorite guy, and then that happens, and it's like, well, we're back to it. Sucks, man. Oh man, just the worst.
Rules.
The worst part is that Mariah May is gonna go heel, and then eventually, like Booker's gonna find a way to replicate this.
Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Nah, Booker's not gonna replicate it. Booker's gonna goon all over Mariah May.
Oh god. Pop my dick, man. And Vic Joseph just being like, give me an SDDQQ. Shut the fuck up.
Booker T rules. Just his one-liners. He's gonna goon so hard when Becker hits the Devil's Kiss next week.
So,
are you kidding me? That's gonna be a moment. A moment, because he knows, one, it's been a while. You know, when it's been a while, that built up energy there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then the release.
Yeah.
Then the release.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
I love how they're making Full Sail out to be like this huge, massive venue, and it's like it's no bigger than the one.
They got like 10 extra people in there.
Yeah.
That's like it.
Nothing's gonna change. You're gonna make it look like NXT from like 2019. It's gonna be dark and dank, and everyone's gonna be like, "This is amazing." The reaction streamers are gonna be out there being like, "They should do this every week. This is so cool." Meanwhile, it's like, "Who's Tyler Breeze?" People were getting on about that. That ruled.
That was a good return. I like Tyler
It was
Breeze.
fun. I loved it. I think people just expected him to get like this huge reaction when there are people who didn't. And I was like, I immediately sent a message to our friend Cher Delaware being like, turn on the TV. She was like, excuse me? And I said to the GIF, she's like, pardon me? Yeah, that's nice. I like seeing Tyler Breeze in there, and I like seeing that Tyler's going to do a match with Ethan Page. It's going to be a fun little match. He's been around NXT. He's working NXT, isn't he?
And he's working allegedly like a writer backstage role. He's been doing the he's been around all the events anyway, because he's been doing the Fanatics like Q&A or live signings with Big E, and he still does like the stuff with Woods and everything. Yep. So he's very much around the product still. And
I'm pretty sure he did an NXT live show like last month.
Oh,
I think he did. Maybe. The thing is, it's not like cage match is cage match, and NXT live show events results don't always get out there.
Yeah, they do.
Not always.
Nah, yeah, they do.
Really? We get them?
Yeah. I run them every week. Shout out to.
I see you get them.
Yeah, shout out. Well, if I get them, then Cage Match has them up. I don't think he's done an NXT.
No, maybe I'm thinking of a different time he came back.
Yeah. Shout out to Wrestling Body Slam, C. David Robertson. He always sends the results my way. So yeah, NXT live events definitely get covered.
Well, it's good. I'm glad that they get covered. It's not like those TNA shows featuring Steve Cutler.
Yeah.
Wade spoke so glowingly about that experience. I laughed so hard this morning. He's like, yeah, it's a great show. And if they, it's like if you take all this stuff and you plop it into like 1995 or 1985, it all fits. I'm like, that's not the praise you think this is, Wade. You need to go and watch TNA on the regular to really get the idea and the full exposure to what TNA is. But I'm glad you had fun at the Armory in Minnesota. And got to see Mr. Anderson come back. Hooray. I can say that now because Lance Storm mentioned it on Observer. So it's not spoiling anything because I didn't stooge it off someone else. So according to Lance, it's okay now. Mr. Kennedy's back. So it's okay to mention it because he mentioned it.
No, okay. I don't care.
No, I'm just saying, if anyone's going to be like, Joel, spoilers, I'll be like, no, Lance Storm, who is
Mr. Kennedy mentioned it. He posted about it.
God damn, perfect. Look at that. Everyone can talk about it. So the person who stooged it was the guy who did it. Good for him. Good for Kennedy.
Yeah, he mentioned it. So that's fine. It's a good spot for it. Gets Macklin some television time. I was never a Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson fan, and that's not going to change in 2025.
Listen, Macklin was already going on to do the stuff with Kazarian, so it's fine. It'll be fun. Yeah, a lot of main roster integration going into this thing. You had Tyler Breeze come out. We mentioned that. Mello comes out to join Trick, which doesn't shock anybody, but I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be Mello because they tried to talk about their differences. But really now Mello and Trick are back together as friends because they both hate DIY. That is effectively the reason behind their teaming up, was because Tommaso Ciampa said something and got in the way of Mello's promo. And then they were like, you know what? I hate everybody. We're all going to do this match next week. And it's like, yeah.
That felt like it got cut for time.
I think so.
Or it felt like they were going to go, maybe they'd already gone too long. And so they had to wrap it up quickly. But it felt like that one got a little truncated on what it was supposed to be. Because it seemed like they were cooking, or at least like trying to give explanation on stuff. And then Gargano's like, anyway, tag team match next week. Let's just do that. And they're like, okay. And then the segment just ended.
What was before them? Like, I know that the opening was the Javon and Briggs match, which, again, shout out to Javon Evans. If it was Javon Evans going long with those guys with Josh Briggs, then you know what? That's fine, because that was
Here's the thing. I don't even know if like it got cut because it went because something else went long. I think they were going long. And so they had to wrap it because it felt like they were just going long more than something before went long or something. Because you can obviously cut time later in the show. I know people might not be happy about that, but you can do that. It just felt like they were already like 5 minutes over. And so they just had to quickly wrap.
Well, they did. But Mello came out and he did his thing. And now they're doing this multi-generational tag match. And I'm sure the people are very excited about it. It looks like it'll be fun. It's just from a story perspective, it's like, this doesn't make much sense. This is just homecoming for the sake of homecoming. Even yesterday, SB3 and I were kind of like, if it's not Mello, who else could it be? And I was like, AJ Francis is the only person who makes sense. If he was a champion, but he wasn't an NXT champion. And then I was like, well, what about Rich Swann, who's now part of First Class? And that also got me thinking, Rich wasn't on the live show for TNA. He wasn't at the tapings, as far as I can tell. He got written off of a Wrestling Revolver show last weekend. What's going on with Rich Swann? I hope he's okay. I hope everything's okay. But I certainly gave me pause. I was like, wait a minute. We haven't seen Rich since he came back. He worked NWA 77 the same weekend he came back to TNA. We have not seen him. He hasn't competed, at least according to Cage Match, since that show. And that was a few weeks ago now. So I hope he's okay. That was one of the names that came up, but it is Mello who came out.
Why would it have been Rich Swann?
Because of the First Class connection. Because if Trick is going to bring out a guy he's still associated with, like, again, this was us. Like, if it's not Mello, who could it be?
That's Rich Swann had no real connection to NXT though. Was he even in NXT? He was on 205, but like, did he do anything NXT wise?
I think he did. Well, he did the Cruiserweight rebrand, didn't he?
Yeah, but that wasn't like that shit was barely on NXT.
Well, regardless, with Rich, it was more that he was adjacent to, because eventually the Cruiserweight title moved to NXT exclusively.
Yeah, but I don't think Rich ever. I just don't remember him. I'm sure he did a match or two on NXT. Everyone did a match or two on NXT. Rich Swann was not in the top 50 names you think of when you think of NXT.
No, but it was more the cross promotion between WWE and NXT.
Yeah.
Now I am curious.
No, he did do a few matches on NXT. Again, not many, like 7.
Well, I got house shows here.
Yeah, he did a bunch of house shows, sure, but like 7 televised matches.
Yeah.
Again, there's 50 names before you're even coming across Rich Swann.
all of this to say, we were looking at ideas who were people who could be not Mello and still aligned with Trick right now. And then we're like, what if it's TNA? But then it was like, well, because he's TNA champion, why wouldn't you try for a TNA person? Which, all right, I don't know. Mike Santana last week on the show says, if I can't get Trick on this show, I'm going to go after Trick at NXT. Where was Mike Santana last night?
Well, no one said his name. That's the thing.
I guess so. And then that guy looks like a fucking comedy meme. Enjoy your thousands of dollars. He is. Make him a champion too late, and then he's just a joke again. Everyone thought Joe Hendry was going to be the dude. Tried telling y'all.
You've always been a big Joe Hendry hater. That's factual.
I told y'all. I was like, there's room for him, but it's not at the top unless you would capitalize it early. And now with Mike Santana, it's like, what are you doing? Mike Santana's probably, I don't know if he's going to stick around TNA. I don't know if there's reason for him to stick around TNA when this contract finishes up. Like, what's the incentive unless TNA is going to give him that Nick Nemeth contract? Going to give him the Trinity contract. Every year, everyone gets that one big money player contract. Santana, I love him to bits, but I don't know if he's that money-making guy for TNA. He's a great guy, phenomenal wrestler, flag bearer to the end, but they got to show him some love, incentivized monetarily if they're planning on keeping him, because other people will be happy to bring him back if he doesn't want to stick around TNA. And if you're going to give him the title of Bound for Glory, you and I talked about this, and I'll bring it up again. It's not going to be the main event. And if it is the main event, you got another thing that's already overshadowed it. Anyway, Santana didn't show up last night, so that shows how much they give a shit about the TNA World title and going into Homecoming. He'll probably get involved in the tag match. They'll do something for the Homecoming. Like, look, it's Santana. He's such a big deal. We'll be like, all right, fine. See you at the pay-per-view.
I don't care.
Yep. But really, the big story from the returns was at the end of the show after Jacy Jayne and co. fail to win number one contendership, which again, this is I basically said to SB3, like it's not going to be them. It'll be the other bad guys. It'll be the Tatum Paxley Izzy Dame team, and he agreed with me. So shout out to me. They won the triple threat elimination, the 3-team elimination match, and then out comes first Stephanie Vaquer, which the first question is, where were you last night? And then she brings out Tiffany Stratton, to which I
gotta pop my dick, man.
I didn't ask that. I more just saw that happen. And then she brings out Rhea Ripley. So I like that they did it in a timeline fashion. Stephanie's the most recent. Then it was Tiffany and Rhea Ripley, of course, before them in terms of when they were around. So it's good setting up a 6-woman tag, a trios match for Fatal Influence and Vaquer, Stratton, and Ripley. The Homecoming Queens, as they were called, as I'm calling them. So good for them.
Homecoming Queens.
The Homecoming Queens.
All right. I got it. I feel that. Yeah. They just did appearances on this show to do appearances on this show to set
Hell yeah. Get them numbers up.
I set up stuff for Homecoming. Like, did Carmelo Hayes coming out to a line with Trick make any sense? No, absolutely not. But they tried. Because I did actually like the point of Carmelo mentioning, like, you had the biggest betrayal in NXT history with Gargano and Ciampa. Like, now you guys are friends. So let's not talk about, like, brothers having differences. And that's where it felt like things got cut short, because it felt like there was more to that. And if they maybe did a little bit more with that, then Trick and Mello would have made more sense and would have been like, all right, you know what? Like, brothers fight. It happens. You did what you did. We can get on the same page for 1 week against DIY and prove that we are the superior tag team out there. But they just didn't get around to that point. The women's stuff didn't really. They're just like, who can we bring back to put in this spot? And here's Becker. She makes sense because the tie to Jacy Jayne and losing the title to Jacy Jayne. Tiffany didn't make a ton of sense. Rhea, outside of just being Rhea, has no real ties to any of this.
They're all former NXT Women's Champions. That's what it is.
That was the tie.
Of their generations, which, like, I don't really consider a couple of years to be generations, but of their time in NXT, they were tent poles of their pieces of NXT.
Yeah.
And like I said, I appreciated that it was Stephanie first because she's most recent, and then Tiffany was, the last few years, and then Rhea was just pre-pandemic, starting to really find her stride. And again, I like that they did it in that order. And obviously, Rhea Ripley is the big return, so you do have to make her last. But no, it made sense in the way that they did the presentation.
It wasn't.
And again, I asked the question, why wasn't Stephanie back here at Raw if she showed up on NXT? Even Paul was acting all confused on McAfee. That was
he wasn't there, so
he wasn't there. Yeah, dude, God forbid he has an eye on what's going on in the office while he's away doing business.
Yeah, Tiffany and Fallon do have history, and Tiffany did reference that. So I got why it was those three. I guess the issue with it being those three is that like they have no ties to each other outside of
former
nothing.
Champions.
Yeah, former champions.
That's really all it was. Former NXT Women's Champions, former movers of their brand. Like, it's all it was.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else could like be in that spot, and they're really like obviously you can't bring Becky.
Bianca would have been the only other person, but she's
hurt. Yeah, so like you couldn't have done Bianca, you couldn't have done Bayley. Charlotte wouldn't have made Charlotte and Alexa, I think they're going to be on the show next week, but they're not doing the tag team match next week.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
I know Alexa Bliss Gamer's popping for Alexa and Tatum Paxley being in the ring together, so that'll be fun. Yeah, Roxanne, but she's a heel, so you can't really do Roxanne in that spot either. Like you have three baby faces to put in that spot, so it made sense in that. But it was obviously just like, all right, we got 3 stars out here. Bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. And then we're going to do the 6-woman tag team match next week. That's what they ended up doing. Kyrie, Lyra, okay.
They don't move the needle the same. That's just of it. They took the 3 biggest NXT draws that they have on main roster, who are women, and they brought them to NXT. That's all it was.
Yeah, Kyrie's fine. Asuka, Kyrie's in a weird spot because she's kind of babyface, kind of heel, more babyface, but she's in the Asuka story. Asuka, you can't put, she's more heel at this point. So her being in that spot, like Io would have made sense if it was Io instead of Tiffany. Like that would have made sense. But Io's facing Vecker, so would have been
awkward. Yeah, he couldn't do that.
Yeah, the people they picked was fine.
I think it's also more likely that they wanted to get away from that story because Trick and Mello are doing a somewhat similar story. Not that they're facing each other for a title, but they are at odds as a team. Whereas if you put Io in there with Stephanie Vecker, they would be at odds in a team. And I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of trying to figure out what they do with Mello next. I could see Mello challenging Trick at No Mercy for the TNA title and then Santana getting involved. I could see them doing that, which is such a stupid thing to do. But like, listen, at this point, Tommy will do anything he's asked to do.
Because Santana gets involved and helps Trick?
That's the thing. It's like, how do you do this?
Mello ain't winning the title because Mello's main roster, and they ain't putting that title on main roster.
Trick ain't working the tapings. He didn't work the TV tapings. So anything he's doing is going to be a backstage vignette for TNA. So like, again, the build to this has been absolutely infuriating because they basically told you last week on the live show, don't worry about the TNA World title. It's not going to be on TNA TV. The build is going to be almost exclusively on NXT. And like TNA is probably thinking like, this is great. More people watch NXT. So everyone's going to want to watch the TNA show because this is where we told you to watch, right? No, because like SP3 said, there's nothing anchoring the other side of the Bound for Glory build. What, the Hardys and Team 3D?
Yeah, that's what they're banking on.
That's what they're really banking on. And to a certain degree, it'll work. But other than that one appearance, Team 3D ain't going to be a part of this thing. They're not going to be part of the build. They ain't going to Canada. Jeff Hardy's not going to Canada because he can't. So it's like they got to hope and pray that they get Trick for that Victory Road show, or at least for the tapings that get 2 weeks into Bound for Glory, and that Trick does I don't even know if he can't do the tapings because No Mercy is the next day. Victory Road is the Friday, and No Mercy I think is the next day, the Saturday. So
when's Victory Road? The 26th?
The 26th.
Yeah, No Mercy's the 27th.
27th. It's a Saturday night. So unless he's going to work, like, but that's the thing. He's either not working No Mercy, which is fine. I'd rather he work the TNA taping so that they can use those 2 weeks to get him to the TNA title match that he has against Santana. But I don't know what they're going to do. It's just somebody has really screwed up the scheduling and the way that they're trying to play out this world title.
No one screwed up the scheduling. They just
don't
don't care.
They just don't give a shit. I get it.
Yeah.
It makes it so frustrating when covering TNA because it's like they don't care about their title. They just don't care.
They see their title on NXT television and it's like, well, 700,000 people are watching this. This is doing more than if we had a coherent storyline on our show. And like, I'm not even fully in disagreement with them because if they had a coherent storyline on their show, they're still going to do 50,000 people. You may as well get your title on a show with 700,000 people and hope that maybe someone tunes in. Now you should probably have that title on your show as well, but
especially as you're trying to get a TV deal. And what are you going to say? Oh, well, our show doesn't really perform that well, so we decided to move our world title feud to the other show that does better in hopes that maybe, you'll see how much more benefit it is to give us a big TV deal. Money, please. And we'll give you big ratings based on this non-existent data stat that we're going to give you that doesn't actually make sense because they're watching the show that's not our show. Again, it's infuriating. It's like, what do you think you're going to get?
They'll just be happy if they get any type of deal. Like, it's fine.
I'm one of the only people still watching TNA.
You're like the only one. What do you mean one of?
That's true.
Like, you're the one.
I don't even get Cresta for 6 weeks.
Yeah, you are the one person watching this show, Joel.
Cresta's not even doing Bound for Glory because she's still off. It's good for her is right. It's going to be me and Jensen. Shout out to Steven Jensen. Someone said push him and then they de-pushed him. That's what happens when
Cresta they happen to watch the Tim show. Wait, Jensen's doing the TNA show?
Yeah, he's still doing the
Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Bound for Glory.
Oh, not weekly.
The weekly post is going to be SB3. SB3 and then probably me a couple of solos.
God, that sounds awful.
Joel and the 6 laptops Carlos Silva has opened under different accounts.
Not you and SB3. Just a TNA post show in general. It just sounds awful.
I've listened to other TNA post shows, and I'm biased, but I really do think ours is the most.
Other TNA, they don't exist.
They do. We are the one that The Office listens to, though. Hate to say it.
They don't.
Moose says nice things about us. Even when we give them shit.
There's no way this another TNA post show.
I can tell you there's one. And you know what's funny is that one of the people who does it, they're in our live chat and then they go do their post show.
Oh, so they just steal all your comments?
I haven't watched a full one yet to say whether or not that happens.
All right. I'm going to show up to one of these TNA post shows and just be like, sup. This show sucked.
Sure, you can do that. The post show is not running against the Freddy Got Fingered review. The Freddy Got Fingered review is at 11 p.m. Eastern. We are shortly after the show goes off the air. I usually try for 10 minutes after, but honestly, if I can get SB3 to start at like 10:05, we can get out in a crisp 55 because I don't think much is going on this week's episode to make us stick around.
I'm gonna show up and make it the longest TNA post show in history.
I feel like the longest one we ever did was like almost 2 hours for one of the reviews.
We're going to do a watch along of the Packers and Commanders game.
No, I don't want to do either of those things.
That's what we're going to do.
Someone asking, is there an NWA podcast? No, because the NWA...
Louis got a great idea.
Let's do a fake NWA podcast, make up the names and the angles. Probably do pretty well, actually.
Oh, we said NWA, and he appeared.
Oh
no, he's gone.
He's gone.
He said, "Fuck it." He's like, "Wait a second, these idiots are talking about NWA." Never mind.
No, sir.
I'm done. I ain't even showing up to this.
Can you blame
I was
him?
gonna read his messages that he put in the chat this morning.
I saw them.
He got mad. Not mad, but like it's
annoyed.
If I say got mad. We got annoyed the other week when he's like, "Did we cover the NWA World's Heavyweight Title change?" And like NWA didn't even cover the NWA World Title changing. Did we cover it? Like, they don't care about this stuff. Oh, let's see. Let's see
Oh,
if
he's back.
he's here to talk NWA with us.
Yeah, yes, I am. As I sent a very confused message at
Yeah, we were
2
just talking
a.m.
about
in the group chat.
I almost replied to it too.
Let me explain to you guys how this came about. And I am just going to apologize profusely if people in the chat do not want NWA spoilers from May.
Fuck them.
They've already got.
I had a really good interview with Kenzie Page. It was like April to promote the match with Natty. And yeah, obviously, like NWA at one point, I legitimately think at one point, NWA Power was probably the most entertaining television show in wrestling for a period.
Yeah.
They had Eddie Kingston, they had LA Knight, they had Thunder Rosa, they had Serena Deeb, they had a really good Ricky Starks. They had a great cast of people on that show. And listen, Dave Lagana had to go for the reasons he had to go. But he was the creative driving force behind that show. And that is abundantly clear.
Yeah.
Abundantly clear. Because after then, it's like Billy Corgan has just been like, who is available that was on SmackDown versus Raw 2006?
Who's just available? It doesn't really matter. Who's in the crowd that we can pick?
That didn't get pushed in WWE in 2007? Who do we have? I remember I did an interview with Billy Corgan, and I thought it was actually a really good interview. I was very proud of it. I enjoyed it. He got really bothered by me questioning the Tyrus push.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, well, man, he ain't good. A literal top star in NWA at the time said, Sean, you should not be able to have a better match than the NWA World Champion. And I was like, don't know how to take that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. And then I watched a Tyrus match, and I said, well, that's not even a compliment at all. Like
bars in hell.
The bar.
Yeah, the bar is in hell there. Like,
along with
I mean, if you showed anybody what is pro wrestling and you spent a week with them going over and practicing a match, they could have had a better match than him at that point. So I had largely gotten out of NWA. We had no demand to cover it weekly. None. Not any. And it used to be a thing that we had to cover because people were interested in it. So I did this interview with Kenzie Page. I'm looking up the WrestleCade guest list as for people who can be interviewed. And I saw Kenzie Page was on there, and I think the world of her. I think she's very good. But I was like, man, she's got to be closing in on 2 years as champion, right? And I looked and I was like, man, that past 2 years as champion, why didn't we have an article on it? Why didn't my team get an article on this big momentous moment? This 2 years as champion. Well, I'll tell you why, guys. It's because she lost the championship a month ago at NWA 77. And this was days before she would have hit 2 years as champion. No problem. That happens. Big deal. But I'm like, wait, why isn't this on any of the accounts? Why isn't Natalia Markova, I believe is how you pronounce her name. Why isn't it on the NWA account? Why isn't Kenzie Page mentioned this? What's going on here? And it's been a month. Like, what's going on? Now, listen, I've got interviews in the can from April, but I am not a pro wrestling company. I do evergreen interviews. I don't know how evergreen wrestling content is. Lucha Underground, a little bit different, okay? Episodic, very post-production heavy. And I'm like, well, what are they airing? So I go to their Twitter, and they said, well, we're finishing up the Crockett Cup.
Yeah.
I said, the Crockett Cup?
I was
the Crockett Cup.
April.
It was like April or May they filmed that. I think it was May they filmed the Crockett Cup. So June, July, August, September, 4 months later. By the way, they already have a full NWA 77 in the can, which will also take probably a month and a half to get. So we're probably looking at late October, early November. There's a good chance that when WrestleCade rolls around Thanksgiving weekend, Kenzie Page has still got that title on her shoulder because it hasn't been reflected yet. But where do we stand on that, Jeremy? Do we recognize it as a 2-year reign?
No. Well, okay. Well, here's the thing. NWA 77 happened like a month ago. And then like 2 weeks after it happened, you're like, did we get the NWA world title being changed?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, the NWA didn't recognize that the NWA world title got changed. Like, I mean, we can do the post, but
Sure.
it's this weird thing. So we did that, and that's when Kenzie Page lost the title as well. And Tom Lattimore lost the title to Silas Mason, the NWA World title. But it's like the NWA didn't even recognize that this title got changed. They're not going to recognize it for another, who knows, 3 months.
By the way,
this point.
Thrill Billy, who I think is actually a good choice to be world champion, but if you look at their last, like, all their champions since Billy took over, it's Tom Latimer, TNA guy, EC3, TNA WWE guy, Tyrus, who cares where he came from, Trevor Murdoch, WWE guy, Matt Cardona, I think was actually a really good choice. I think Trevor Murdoch was too at one point, actually. Like he played that very well. But Nick Aldis, who was a great champion for them, Cody, and then I thought that Dave Lagana did really good with the Tim Storm stuff when they brought him in too. I did a long form on him, but it's like, I don't even mind like some of those people were champions. Some of them actually worked really well. It's just, you make it abundantly clear what like what you have to have in your background in order to be considered to be a world champion there, until they did this Thrillbilly Silas Mason thing, which, listen, I think is honestly a step in the right direction, but I don't know what I don't know what they're doing.
Well, you can't air content 3 months later. It just, it doesn't work. TNA gets knocked for airing content 2 weeks later, but at least it's still relatively timely. Yeah. 3 months after the fact, the world's moved on. And the world's moved on in 3 hours.
I'm looking at like some of the people that were on this show. Rich Swann, cool. That makes a lot of sense to have him on there.
We just had a conversation about Rich Swann.
Yeah. One of their top tag teams has been Rodney Mack and Marche Rocket. They have the Colognes on there, and I'm like, okay, well, there are some of these people that aren't getting a ton of bookings outside of they used to be in WWE. Like Mike Mondo, I like Mike. I've met him a couple times, but you know that Billy just loves those former WWE guys, and I don't know, man. I mean, listen, and also Mike Mondo is in incredible shape. Jesus Christ, that dude is. If you put him and Kenny Dykstra out there in a WWE match right now, they'd probably do pretty well. But it's like they've done the Knox thing over and over again. I don't understand. But then you'll see stuff like Luke Curtis is there. I like Luke Curtis. Tiffany Nieves is very good as well. Hammerstone. They had Hammerstone working there. Kerry Morton's been a fixture for them as well, and he's very good at like getting heat. I do like Kenzie Page. Max the Impaler just left, so there is that. But I remember I was talking with somebody, and they were quote unquote under NWA contract, and they're like, "What does that even mean at this point?"
That means if you forget your napkin at the local McDonald's, you're out of your contract, and it's fine.
Well, Max was the cover person on San Juan.
Yeah, they were on the poster for San Juan 3. Now they're not even going to be on that show.
Yeah,
and I do think there are some former WWE talent that are useful to have. Like if you have like Rhino on a show every so often. EC3, I think. Listen, because of the control your narrative thing, I think EC3's reputation took a bigger hit. And honestly, the first parts of the control your narrative were actually very progressive and interesting and different, and then it became just something very, very weird. That
was super.
But
nice.
like,
it's got a $50 for a rant room.
There you go. But I mean, I think he's still a good performer. I don't know who that show is for.
We had a suggestion, and I think we might do this, of just doing fake NWA results with fake names and just seeing if anybody catches on to it.
And I can give you guys a good comparison. It feels like once every year and a half, OVW changes ownership or something like that, or a new investor. I've had 3 of these calls where people that are involved with it are like, okay, what are we getting ourselves into? Is there anybody you think we should bring in, et cetera, et cetera? And like I've given lists of names, and I was like, guys, listen, you can't try to be like NWA is already NWA light. You can't be NWA light. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I felt like they were doing for a long time. I don't think they do anymore. But like I had mentioned, there's people like J-Rod out there who is very clearly going to blow up. They brought her in. She's on American Gladiators now. They're going to have footage of her forever. When she gets signed, they can finally say, OVW product. First one since like 2005, but we got one. Even though she just came in there and wrestled. NWA seemed like for the last couple of years very dead set on booking people that they didn't think that they were going to lose to TNA, WWE, or AEW. With some exceptions. Kenzie Page, Tiffany Nieves are a couple of them. I don't know. It's like there are a lot of companies that want to be seen as the end all when they are not paying people end all pay or salaries.
NWA had, Zeno I was saying, surprised NWA hasn't been rated by WWE and AEW. One, both those companies have just too much of an abundance of talent anyway, to where it's like, who are you going to take and where are you going to put them in? But it feels like NWA made a lot of bad moves in the past that just overall tanked them. And one of them was probably like not taking the WWE Network deal when that was offered. And I understand like the reasoning why they didn't, but that looks like a misfire in hindsight. And then whatever was happening with the CW deal, whether they were going to be on network, I don't think they were going to be on the actual CW network. I think it was probably always going to be on the app. Yeah. But then NXT obviously being on the actual network, it's like, well, no one cares about your little show on the app now. And then it was, we're going to be on X. WWE didn't even finish out their deal with X, with Speed, because that gained no traction. That went nowhere.
Despite everybody claiming, it got millions of views, buddy. That is not the way that those work. That is not the way that those work.
Now you can watch them on Tuesdays on NXT.
Well, I'll tell you what you can watch tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern in the Joel Pearl time slot.
Wait a minute. I thought it was
10.
11.
That was 11. Oh, you are getting bumped, Joel.
Son of a bitch. That's fine.
I mean, listen, you can still do your show. I don't give a shit.
Probably going to.
It's just nobody else will either.
The office will get mad if I don't do it, so I got to do it.
You can do it on Overbooked if you want and keep all the revenue that comes from it.
Yes, the 30 cents will be very well used.
You can, I mean, by all means, do that. But
yeah, we don't have Spotlight tomorrow night, so you can do the TNA post
there you go.
if you want. I got stuff going on with the kids.
All right, fine. The audio is going up on the main.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind.
All right.
Got Tom Campbell on the hump today.
Oh, nice.
Should be fun. I was shocked at how easy it was to book people. As it turns out, a lot of people are willing to do shows with the person that they aggregate news from. And Tom is one of those lovely gentlemen that is willing to. But we got Tom Campbell today. We've got Denise next week. I got Frank the Clown ahead of his Fox show debuting. The next week, we've got Luke Owen, who I've accidentally almost called Luke Thomas like 4 times, which I would love to have Luke Thomas on a wrestling show because he hates wrestling. We've got Ibu the following week, Simon Miller the following week.
I'm seeing Simon Miller next week.
There you go.
You should get Luke Thomas on like next week before or after the Canelo and Crawford fight.
Yeah, forgot about that this weekend. We got to do some MyBookie stuff in relation to that and some NordVPN articles as well. But Freddie got fingered tomorrow night. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Freddie got fingered.
You've seen it. How many times have you seen it?
Twice. It took me 6 sittings to get through it this last time.
That's it?
I watched... Okay, wait, no. I watched it like kind of vaguely like 20-something years ago. So I'd say once. And then I watched it last year.
Okay.
And then I rewatched it for this past week. So 3 times I've watched that movie. It's not a good movie.
No, it sounds like it's a torturous affair.
I gotta rewatch it. I've only seen it.
Kind of like watching TNA.
I've only seen it once when it first came out, and my memory is so bad that like I don't remember what actually happened. But I should rewatch it.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's out there. It's available. I just love that they're like, you know what we need on our service? You know what will bring in the casuals?
At least they've got movies on their service. Nowadays, You try to watch one thing, and then it's off the service by the next time you try to watch
Yeah.
it. We were watching something, forgot what it was. It was like Liar Liar or something. We were watching it, and we stopped in the middle of it, and the next day it was gone. It was just off it was just off Peacock. And it's like, because it was the September 1st, and so it apparently just left at the end of August. It was gone. Like, what? Can we at least finish it? Come on now.
One of the earliest edits I ever made was Jose Canseco getting beaten up by Hongman Choi, and I laid over the "But I'm Jose Canseco" audio from Liar Liar, where he's getting dragged out of wherever it was. It was a good one. That was a good. And then I laid audio over a Lyoto Machida interview where he's asked about drinking urine, and I put the dodgeball urine quote there about it being sterile and how he likes the taste.
Well, if you need to, before you drink your own urine, sometimes you need to.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
I see you're just catching up with the lore.
He said what?
Yep.
Do you not watch NXT? It's the greatest show every week.
I'm literally just about to. I watch it at like noon on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's when you gotta watch it. Gotta pop the dick.
He said what?
You might, yeah, but
I gotta pop my dick, man.
I knew Sean had not heard it, and so that's why I had to play it while he was
it had
on.
to be. I'm so glad you did.
Okay. Somebody said he's saying neck. Okay.
Nah, that's the cover story.
That's what they're telling you.
Yeah.
There was a game I played. It was like Triple Play 99, Triple Play 2000, something like that. And there was a very intentional line. I can't remember. It was Buck something that was on commentary. And whenever he hit a home run, this guy goes, "Oh, fuck, he crushed it." And I was like, hitting the volume on my TV. I was like, "No, Mom, he's not cursing." He did not, like, come on.
He didn't say neck.
He didn't say neck. No.
Y'all can say it was neck. It does not sound like
It wasn't neck.
Didn't say Nick. He didn't say it like he's a Brit. He said dick. It was a hard.
If he said
it was a hard
my
D.
deck, it would have even.
But your
He
pitch.
added a D and an I that is not an N and an E.
Yeah.
Let's hear it again one more time.
All right, run it back.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
100% dick.
Yeah.
Said dick.
Sorry, folks. You can't. You can try and explain it away. He's gonna try.
The closed captioning said dick too, by the way.
Did it?
So, yeah, the closed captioning said dick.
The guy writing it out was probably like, what? All right, man, just do the job. It's like when you're watching live and the captions at the catch up, it's just like pop my, and it just sits there for a solid 30 seconds. Are you sure that's what he said? That's what he said. All right, let's put it in. Dick.
Oh my God. How does that?
Booker T's untouchable, man.
It's incredible that the man was
He
being
is.
praised. The man was being praised yesterday for being like a big old gamer. He's playing this game everyone loves.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, pop my dick, man. It's like, and we're back.
I'm immediately pulling this up on. I'm just.
We got Sean to turn on NXT early.
I'm gonna see if my closed captions match up.
All right. Now, my closed captioning said dick.
Jacy Jayne's incredible, by the way. I was very right.
That's Joel's favorite wrestler.
Hell yeah.
For
that's-
comparison, let me see this clip one more time.
Okay, hold on.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
I should not have had a drink when I said that.
Okay, hold it. Oh hell!
Booker rules. He just gives it.
You know what?
Oh, no.
Listen, if you get to the speed match, it's very funny because it's like Vic Joseph basically just trying to elbow Booker T out of saying anything.
So I'm just saying, YouTube TV left it a little open to interpretation.
No. They didn't close caption anything.
You can tell. So there was like a pause, like because they're typing this in real time, right? They're typing it in. How many fucking images do you all need on this thing? Jesus Christ!
We have a lot.
Oh yeah,
clear these off every so often, guys.
We do.
Have some respect for the hundreds of dollars that I spend on this thing.
Hey, don't give us the shit. It's not just us. There's another show, 3 p.m.
I've got to pop it, man. So they were like, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Even YouTube TV at the time were like, I've got to pop my it, man. But also this is a good one too.
Oh no.
No, it's just very great.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
Oh hell. What?
Dude, Booker, I have the one of just the he just says who. That was when AJ Francis came in and he's like, who? Like he doesn't know who AJ Francis is.
Meanwhile, he was booking AJ Francis for Reality of Wrestling to a point to where a guy went, AJ Francis? Holy shit!
This whole week has been about reaction streamers.
Booker
yeah,
T
but I don't pay
rules.
attention to that stuff. Like, listen, there are ones like that are very clearly like, okay. Otherwise, who gives a damn?
Well,
like, just let them do what they want to do. You can ignore it so easily.
And that's it. We're not attacking them. That's not our gimmick either. But we're talking about like the origins of the reaction streamers. And SB3 and I decided the origin of the wrestling reaction streamers came from the Thunderdome. When these people saw that their faces could be on those screens, they were like, why not do this all the time? And now we have this.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were, I think, I kind of hate it because we were doing that like, 5-6 years ago too. We were doing some
we were doing
watch-alongs.
Oh yeah.
We did watch-alongs way back in the day.
But our watch-alongs were not like jump up and down excited. We were just talking shit with like 10 people.
Fair. And I mean, they're welcome to do that. It's just, I feel like right now that is like the reaction thing is hot and everything goes in cycles. Everything goes in cycles. So it'll be hot for a while. It'll go away for a while. I don't want to say go away, but it'll lose its luster for a while. It'll come back. That's just the nature of it. I mean, a lot like wrestling podcasts. Like, what's the last new like wrestling podcast that has blown up over the last couple of years? There's not a ton. Usually it's like, instead, individual videos like Stash Club did really well. A lot of like the individual podcasts don't like Undertaker's podcast, maybe. And even then, if you go to the Undertaker's podcast today, it's everybody asking for the guy back that they bitched about for a year before that. So
the
Maven's content. Yeah, but that's not a podcast. Stevie Richards, if he, all due respect to him, if he wasn't with the podcast group and the podcast manager that he was with, would not have that algorithm favorability there. Yeah.
I liked his videos before.
I would like TNA to use my reaction video if I'm going to go through the effort of creating one.
Yes.
Don't give me use the hashtag TNA reacts and then not use reaction videos.
What did you do?
I reacted to AJ Styles returning.
It was a legitimate reaction too. He didn't see it coming. It was actually quite entertaining in its own little way.
I bet it was.
I was singing the song,
but they never used it. Nobody used it.
They didn't use it.
They got nobody's reaction.
I'm shocked to learn such a thing.
But they didn't use any reaction. That's the thing, is like they said like use the hashtag TNA reacts, and everyone took that as like, oh, they're gonna put our reactions up like WWE does to all the big Slammiversary moments. And they didn't use anybody's reaction. Oh,
I mean, listen, sometimes they just get ideas and they're like, well, no.
Well, yeah, that's
Because-
TNA's
it's also because
existence.
They got inundated with a whole bunch of, man, fuck TNA. You guys screwed Mike Santana. I hate this company. They just got a
Well,
whole
yeah, it was a stupid idea.
was
Oh,
a
well, we're going to
stupid-
save it for Bound for Glory.
But the
That's
thing is,
always been the thing with them.
but I don't think they are anymore. I think their main event is not that title match. And we'll leave it at that.
Yikes.
Pretty
Joel's
sure
been on this.
I've been on this for months now. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that Hardy's Team 3D table. Sorry, well, it's spoiled now. That match is going to be the main event.
I mean, listen, it had to be something like table. I mean, I would do an Iron Man tables match. That way you can just spend the whole time breaking tables.
Whatever
Like do a 20-minute Iron Man tables match
Yeah.
or something like that. Like you got to throw it. Listen, I watched Devon in one of his matches. It was not hot. I hope it is. Hope he gets that sort of send off that he's seeking. But yikes.
And if that's the case, don't give Santana the belt at Bound for Glory, because whatever you do is going to be outweighed by that match, that tag match.
Just put the match on last, you dummies.
Which match? Because you're going to get
The
the
title match and put the title on Santana.
So why is somebody even suggesting that I meant a 60-minute match? Come on.
There are 20-minute
Come-
Iron Man matches.
20, 30 minutes, like 30
No,
minutes.
we don't
is
need
a
30
stretch.
minutes. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
30 's too
no,
much.
30 minutes.
20 and you'll be
Come
all.
on. Why
15
would
and
you-
I'd be okay with that.
Why are we sitting here talking like just because Sean and Brat was 60 minutes that I'm talking about that? You got 2 ingredients there. You got 4 here. They could bring back Spike even. And no, not 60. Come on now.
15.
Come on now.
Be a speed Iron Man match.
Speed tables match.
Yes.
Be done in 3 minutes. Get out of here.
That'd be fine. Don't worry, they'll find ways to play around it. Like again, going back to like Janela and Sabu, they had a lot of trickery going on to make that match as fun as it was. They'll do the same thing.
Like Kratom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a fantastic, well, fantastic is in the eye of the beholder here, interview with Joey Janela in the can from April. It is such a trash fire.
Most
and
Janela interviews are like that.
It's very fun. I mean, there are interviews that I've had with him. There's like 1 or 2 that like I just can't ever release.
The one from 2021, the hotel lobby one, that one never saw the light of day, did it?
No, it did. It did.
Oh, did it? Okay.
I released it. That was
Oh.
unauthorized too. That's when
Yeah.
AEW had a PR company doing a lot of their stuff. And when AEW first started, they were very like media friendly. Quite frankly, too media friendly. They're like, you go, you get whatever the hell you can get. And that was honestly a good way to hook in creators. But then they scaled it back, or 2019 when they did that. Then after the pandemic, they scaled it back so much. And I would just have to grab who I could grab. So I would see like, RJ City or Thunder Rosa, who I knew. And Eric Bischoff would be in town. I'd grab him. But Janela sees me coming back from like the longest day of work I've ever had. And he goes, "Hey, I see your camera there. Let's do an interview." And I'm like, "Shit, all right, it's almost dead." I just sat through a Tony press conference and we did it. And oh boy, it was something.
Yeah, that was
all the Janela interviews were pretty wild.
Yeah.
He's
fantastic,
once
though.
had me interview him at midnight, and he's like, "Hey, can we push it to 12:30? I've got to cook pasta."
I remember that.
It's very much a Joey Janela thing to do.
I remember the most upset I was over an interview you did was the Lauderdale one, where it was supposed to be at like midnight anyway, and then you're like, all right, he canceled. And then like at 2 a.m., you're
He
like,
was late.
Lauderdale wants to do this interview. This was during COVID, and this was a big thing where like, what are the restrictions? And this was Lauderdale first.
The
speaking
collective
about-
after Indianapolis, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was
And
an
it was
outbreak because of it.
Right. And so, of course, I was doing like the live transcribing. You were at like midnight, you're like, yeah, it's good. Just go to bed, do whatever. So I smoked a bunch of weed after all this. And at 2 a.m., I was still up. And you're like, well, the interview's on. I'm high out of my mind being like, all right, sure, I'll transcribe this interview at 2 a.m. stoned. Still did fantastic work as I do. But I was like, I just want to sleep.
I mean, one of the conditions of that, Brett had already said, ask whatever you want. Don't hold back.
Yeah.
But I was also like, listen, it's going live. So if you want any edits, tough shit. I was like, you kept me up this late. And he was like, yeah, okay, fine. He was good with it. He was good with it. Why is my image backwards? It's been like that for days.
On this site? Like on StreamYard?
Yeah, isn't it backwards?
No. Just Fightful.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe it's just mirroring.
Before.
Yeah.
That's interesting because it's showing me backwards.
No.
SP3 does that.
It'll mirror sometimes, and you do have to change it. But yeah, no, it's fine here.
Interesting.
Maybe StreamYard's just acting up again. All these new
maybe I do gotta say, like, we are spoiled with StreamYard because they had me using Zoom for this Sean William Scott interview, and I'm like, I forgot like just how bad Zoom is.
Yeah.
Like Zoom did its thing. It capitalized on Google being ignorant and getting rid of Google Hangouts right before the pandemic. And Zoom just capitalized on that, and they never improved. And I got to say, StreamYard, at least, there's plenty left to be desired, but StreamYard is constantly adding stuff to try to make things better. Which I, like in 2018, 2019, Jimmy was like, maybe we should develop something. Really wish we would have. That would have, listen, I would not be here right now. I'd be hanging out on a friggin' beach somewhere. All due respect to you guys, but wish we would have done that before the pandemic.
I'd still be so poor.
Hopping off of here, guys. I got Tom Campbell on the hump today. Please join us. Bye-bye.
If you want to hump, make sure you first.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
Hey, where'd he go?
Want to pop his dick, clearly.
Oh God. Anyway, AEW Dynamite tonight from the 2300 Arena. One last time, baby. Well, for Dynamite, and because it's Dynamite, you got to have the Philly street fight. Jeremy, Tony Storm will ask Sky Blue, "Where's the street fight?" And the answer will be
in Philly. You big dumb bitch.
I hope Sky Blue does that, and Tony does get to answer it very, very dramatically. In Philly, you big dumb bitch.
That should be very good if that happened.
It would be very fun. Ricochet, Shelton Benjamin in the Battle of the Balds. Brian Danielson joins commentary full time, which he says he discovered when it was announced, which I don't believe, but also would love to believe it were true.
Yeah, Brian Danielson. Cody Rhodes taught Brian Danielson how to lie. There's no way Tony just announced, like, hey, by the way, you're on commentary full time. Like,
yeah, it just happened that way. I was down under and I found out.
Yeah.
I was flying 16 hours from Australia and I missed a bunch of calls, and then I found out I was in Australia. Just because you're in Australia doesn't mean your phone don't work. Then again, I also choose to believe that Brian Danielson doesn't have a phone. He uses a network of carrier pigeons to get his notes across.
Honestly, fair.
I would believe it. Mercedes Moné teams with Emi Sakura to take on Riho and Alex Windsor. It should be a fun tag match. And Hangman Page takes on the Canadian Josh Alexander. That's his new branding. He is just the Canadian.
The Canadian, okay. That'll be a good match. It's a fine show. Yeah, it should be a good show. Yeah, we'll see how they cap off the residency. Yes, and we'll get Hangman and Fletcher being made official with everything.
I assume we'll hear from Mark Briscoe segment will be announced. Because he's got to announce the draft match.
Yeah, he's got to announce the chicken coop match.
Oh, I hope it is. I hope they do a chicken coop match. The arena's big enough. You can put a chicken coop in there. Don't even do it. No rings, no rope chicken coop match. It's kind of like Hog Slop, but better. More fireworks.
I hope people take Chuck E. T's advice and just more horny male wrestlers.
And Kyle Fletcher replied. He's like, "Are you not watching the show?"
Yeah, Fletcher replied. I think Osprey replied as well.
Bro, if I was back there, bro, I promise I'd be making out with everyone, passionately, lovingly. Alex Windsor in the back, just being like, "Huh?" Oh yeah, it should
Mark
be.
Briscoe should challenge MJF to like something like really absurd that MJF can't win.
First to have 8 kids wins.
A procreation match.
I mean, Mazel Tov, Max and Alicia. Now it's time to get down to business. Could you imagine? Who fucks better? This is a different. It's a different kind of cockfight.
All right, I'm all for the procreation match now.
Because you are pro-creation, are you? Yes, I'm not anti-creation. All right. I got nothing left here. The seed champion. They can't do seed though because they've already got the seed gimmick going in ROH with MXM and all of that group. So you can't do it unless they get involved and they present the seed championship.
Yeah.
Custody of child number 20.
We got a super chat. Let's not miss the super chat.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. It was while we were doing NWA talk, which, by the way, Sean Ross Sapp talked more about the NWA today than we have in an entire month.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. Josh David saying NWA took a major drop in viewership when Cornette left. They came out hot, though. This was something SP3 and I talked about yesterday. There were three major things that killed the NWA. One was losing the Dawkins theme song, the Into the Fire, which they then brought back because they were like, we're sorry, but it didn't do anything. Number two was when Cornette rightfully got tossed aside for saying some pretty important shit on commentary. And then number three was the Lagana stuff, which again, very rightfully happened because Lagana got called out as being a piece of shit and he left wrestling as he should. So those three things in concert really tanked NWA and continues to make them what you see today, or I guess what you don't see unless you're watching months later.
It's not a good product. It's been a bad product for a while. Like I used to review it as like a bit because it was so bad that I was like, oh, okay, haha, I can have fun with this. And then it just became like not even so bad it's good. It just became like an awful show to watch. And I just can't do it. I can't put myself through this hour. It's not worth it for this bit that like two people are paying attention to. So I just stopped. And like Sean said, like we said, like the shows are 3 months behind. Do you know like how quickly the world of wrestling moves with 3 months is you have stuff in the can for to like try to put out there? Everybody's moved on by that point. Natalia showed up on that show and it got buzz for like a second and then it was done. And then I don't even know if that dumb match aired like at any point. You know what I mean?
I didn't see any of the reaction streamers posted, so I assume it hasn't aired yet.
I don't even know if that match aired. So
I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't really care. We'll see.
I should buy the NWA. That'd be great.
I mean, we've interviewed Billy once. Maybe he'll sell it to you, or at least give you the pencil. The Narcotics Wrestling Alliance lives.
He would love if I, got the pencil on that.
First order of business.
I should get it.
We hire Hook to be the drug dispensary. Hook.
Sorry.
Drugs.
Fair.
Let's get out of here. We're done. Let's go eat some lunch. By the way, yesterday I talked about this. I said I was going to go finish the show and go out for lunch with my wife. I did not because my wife was like, "Oh, I thought you were joking about going for lunch." I was like, "Why the?"
She's like, "You wanted to spend time with me on our anniversary?"
Like, I thought
that sounds terrible.
She's like, because he didn't really have a plan, and I was like, "What do you mean? It's lunch. It's down the street." And she's like, "Oh, I got stuff to do now." And I'm like, "All right, let's order in lunch, I guess." So I'm gonna go make lunch, I guess. Sad. Anything you want to plug before we get out of here and I'd be sad?
Terry Calloway tomorrow on the show at 11 still, assuming she's feeling okay. She's scheduled to join us tomorrow at 11. SP3 and I will be back tomorrow. No spotlight this week. I have a prior engagement to attend in the evening. And I don't know. I think that's it. We're still trying to get Joe Sakic and Mike Modano on this show.
It'll happen. Him, them, Tony, everyone. They're all turning around to join us to pop their dicks. Nope. Can't do that one. All right. Tomorrow, Jeremy SB3, they're back. Will there be a TNA review? I feel less likely to do one now than it's going to be on another channel. But we'll see. If the office wants it, then I'll do it. Otherwise, maybe I'll take a night off from TNA Talk. Give myself, because I didn't get a day off yesterday. So maybe I'll take that day off tomorrow. We'll see. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. Leave a thumbs up on the way out. Tell your friends about the show, because we are here 5 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern, doing this thing. Sometimes it's wrestling, sometimes it's not. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, what's up? What's up? What's up? Run it back.
I gotta pop my dick, man.
We'll see you in the next one.